Alex and Lucky, a tale of unexpected friendship. The discovery 10-year-old Alex kicked a stone down the familiar path to school, his backpack bouncing rhythmically with each step. The autumn morning was crisp, painting his breath in small white puffs. But something unusual caught his eye, a small, trembling bundle of fur huddled against the old oak tree by the roadside. The puppy was barely alive. Its ribs showed through matted, dirty fur, and its eyes were dull with hunger and pain. Alex's heart clenched. Without hesitation, he knelt down and opened his lunchbox, placing his sandwich and cookies in front of the weak creature. "Someone will come for you," Alex whispered, though doubt crept into his voice. "Someone has too." The puppy barely lifted its head to sniff the food before Alex reluctantly continued to school, glancing back every few steps. A secret mission begins. That afternoon, Alex raced back to the spot, his heart pounding with worry. The food was a good sign. The puppy lay in the same position, but its breathing seemed steadier. Alex searched through a nearby trash bin until he found a clean tin can, which he filled with water from a public fountain 3 blocks away. "I'll call you Lucky," Alex said softly, watching the puppy lap up the water desperately. "Because maybe your luck is about to change." For the next week, Alex's routine changed completely. He woke up 20 minutes earlier to prepare extra food, took the tours to check on Lucky, and even used his allowance to buy proper dog food. His parents noticed his distraction, but attributed it to typical preteen moodiness. Lucky began to improve. His eyes brightened, his tail gave weak wags, and he even stood up to greet Alex each morning. But as October turned colder, Alex noticed the puppy shivering uncontrollably during the night. The rescue, the breaking point, came during the first frost. Alex found Lucky curled into a tight ball, whimpering softly. Ice crystals had formed on his fur, and he couldn't stop shaking. "That's it," Alex declared. "I don't care who you belong to. You're coming home." Alex had prepared for this moment. His family's backyard had a small shed that his father had converted into a pet shelter years ago for their previous dog. It had been empty since Rusty passed away 2 years earlier. Wrapping Lucky in his own jacket, Alex smuggled him home and settled him into the warm, dry shelter with blankets, food, and water. For the first time in weeks, Lucky's shivering stopped. A new identity within days, Lucky transformed, regular meals, warmth. And medical care from a local vet paid for with Alex's birthday money worked miracles. His fur grew back thick and golden, his eyes sparkled with intelligence and affection, and he developed into a beautiful medium-sized dog with distinctive amber markings. "You look like a mango," Alex laughed one sunny afternoon, watching the golden dog chase butterflies. "That's your new name, Mango." Mango seemed to approve, barking joyfully and spinning in circles. Over the months, an unbreakable bond formed between boy and dog. Mango waited by the gate each afternoon for Alex's return from school. They played fetch until sunset, shared quiet moments reading under trees. And Mango even learned to walk alongside Alex's bicycle, Alex's parents. Initially surprised by the sudden addition to their family, grew to love Mango's gentle nature and unwavering loyalty to their son, the confrontation. One Saturday morning, as Alex and Mango played frisbee in the front yard, a boy about Alex's age approached with determined steps. He had dark hair and wore expensive clothes, but his expression was cold and demanding. "That's my dog," the boy announced without introduction. "His name is Rex, and he ran away from our house 6 months ago." Alice's blood ran cold. "What do you mean, your dog?" "I'm Matthew," the boy said impatiently. "Rex belonged to me, but when he got sick, my parents said we couldn't afford to take him to the vet. We thought he would get better on his own, but he just got worse and ran away. We've been looking for him ever since." "Looking for him?" Alex's voice rose. "I found him starving and freezing." "Where were you when he needed help?" "That doesn't matter," Matthew snapped. "He's still legally mine. I have papers at home proving it." The truth emerges. The argument escalated until Alex's parents came outside. Matthew's story began to unravel under questioning. He admitted that his family had essentially abandoned the dog when it became too much trouble, hoping it would either recover on its own or simply disappear. We didn't mean for him to suffer, Matthew said defensively. We couldn't handle a sick dog. But you can handle a healthy one now? Alex's father asked pointedly. Matthew shifted uncomfortably. He looks valuable now. My friends would be impressed. The shallow reasoning behind Matthew's claim became clear to everyone present. The ultimate test, there's only one fair way to settle this, Alice's mother suggested wisely. Let Mango choose. Both boys stood at opposite ends of the yard. Matthew called out, Rex. Come here, boy. Remember me? Mango's ears perked up. He took a few tentative steps toward Matthew, his tail wagging uncertainly. Recognition flickered in his eyes, not of love, but of painful memory. Then Alex knelt down and simply opened his arms, saying nothing. Mango paused, looking between the two boys. The choice was clear in his actions. He bounded across the yard, leaping into Alex's embrace with pure joy, licking his face and whining with excitement. Matthew's shoulders sagged. I guess he's made his choice. # redemption and growth. But the story didn't end there. Something in Matthew's expression, a flash of genuine sadness and regret, touched Alex's heart. You know, Alex said carefully, if you really want to learn how to take care of animals, you could volunteer at the animal shelter downtown. They're always looking for help. Matthew looked surprised. You tell me about that? Even after I tried to take your dog? Mango taught me something important, Alex replied, scratching behind Mango's ears. Sometimes the best way to love something is to make sure it's happy and safe, even if it's not with you. Maybe you could learn that too. A new beginning months later, Alex received a letter from Matthew. He had been volunteering at the animal shelter every weekend and had convinced his parents to adopt an older dog that had been there for months, one that needed a patient. Committed family to help with ongoing health issues. I learned what real responsibility means, Matthew wrote. Thank you for showing me the difference between owning something and truly caring for it. Alex smiled as he read the letter, with Mango sleeping peacefully at his feet. Sometimes the most important lessons come from the most unexpected teachers, whether they have 4 legs or 2. The bond between Alex and Mango grew stronger each day, built on a foundation of genuine love, sacrifice, and mutual rescue. For in saving Mango, Alex had discovered something equally valuable, the profound joy that comes from loving something more than yourself. The moral, true love isn't about possession, it's about protection, sacrifice, and putting another's well-being above your own desires. Sometimes the greatest act of love is simply showing up when no one else will.